Let's keep it going. A lot of fun here at the midseason Mayhem. Coming up right now is G2 Esports versus Exodus to determine who's going to be the first team in the finals of the single elimination tournament. With the commentary, it's going to be Wave, Punk, and Lawler. Take it away, guys.
It's been a fun day here at the midseason Mayhem, and right now we've got the reigning world champions of G2 up against those who can do no wrong of Exodus. They are undefeated right now, have been playing brilliantly, and I think if I were to look at this on normal maps, I'd be like, Exodus clearly has the advantage here, but we're playing on Pillars, and then we're playing on Cosmic, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, you saw Overzero's reaction, right? He's like, Cubes, why?
Yeah.
Why Twitch chat? Why? And I love it.
I love it.
Keep that up
great.
because the uncertainty is what is so awesome about Cubes. So the first two matches, I have to agree with the guys at the desk. It's going to probably be Exodus. Just the way they've been playing has been phenomenal. Super on point, very consistent, and that's always the key to the Rocket League series is how consistent of a team can we have. Exodus is one of the best.
They are one of the best, but Pillars, if there was a map that could throw you off, this is it right here. Moving into kind of a MOBA territory with 3 lanes. We'll see how they're able to maneuver here. We're going to have G2 in the blue, Exodus in the orange as we get set here. Nice play by Overzero, putting it onto that backboard. Draws up Moses and Garrett, but the Pillar is going to kind of zone out the players who are off on the sides, and that'll buy some time. Here's Kronovi, takes a shot going just wide, a little bit high of the goal. And now Overzero tries to play it high above Moses. He plays it under, but then it's Kronovi who was able to pick this one up. Some nice passing here. Can they shoot this one through? Not going to happen. Turtle plays it straight up the middle. Pass Licinio towards the goal and in. There's the goal for Exodus.
Really good job by Exodus staying home. So much pressure coming out early from G2. And that soft miss, awesome dark matter boost, by the way. It looks so nice. But as soon as that ball doesn't get played back inside, a quick touch over the top of that defender who's waiting gets caught cemented on the ground in a free takeaway goal for Turtle.
I think Turtle has black chakrams, which is just so gorgeous. Overzero now playing one towards the goal, blocked away by Turtle, but it still goes in. Tie game.
Very quick goal, really good response. As soon as that ball gets lifted up, you see how Kronovi passes that lightly down into the center. He leaves it in the position to where his teammate is the only one who can hit it first. Really good touch from Kronovi.
Oh my goodness, Kronovi has purple loopers? No, it wasn't Kronovi. Who was that? It was one of the players. I saw it there for a moment.
The starfish ones that are pink.
The starfish ones, there we go. It's Licinio who has the purple loopers. That might be my favorite wheels in the game. Moses plays this one high towards the backboard, and he's looking to follow his own touch here, but Overzero will play it into that top lane. He's going to try move this one around. It's Garrett who gets there, wins out a 1v2 and wins out the 50-50 to drop it in a nice spot, but because of those pillars, his teammates are zoned out at the moment. Turtle looking to try and play this one through. It goes towards the goal. Kronovi is up high, and he will play it away from the incoming Moses, buying some time for G2. Overzero going to carry this one, try and get it across the midfield line, but Garrett shuts him down and keeps the offense going.
Yeah, back and forth. As those balls come out into the side lanes, they get pressured very, very readily because in all reality, you only have one place you can go. You can't even cut it back inside because of the way that pillar points out. But
Turtle got it. Got it away from Overzero. Just taking the shot, and now Moses has ball control. Moving it up past his teammate. Up and across that midfield line. It can be really, really critical where you bounce that ball on the outside because the way it moves, the way it bounces off the pillar wall will determine which direction it goes. So right there, that 50-50 in the midfield line, a lot of critical plays going to happen there as Kronovi's not going to be able to get a touch on that one. It's up to Licinio who plays it into the middle. Turtle keeps the pressure on. Moses is going to try and shoot again, but it goes wide over into the far lane. It's Kronovi wrapping it around. It's Garrett who will play it back across that midfield line. He's been playing very well at that midfield line area.
Yeah, G2 doing a really good job also rotating back on defense with how wide this map is. And usually, like most say, they don't take it down that mid lane, even though it is the fastest way to get to the goal. It allows these teams so much time to rotate back on defense and kind of just clutter the net as shots get barraged inside.
Garrett is using the bubble boost, which is just...
It's hard not to hear it, right?
Every time I hear the bubble boost, I'm like, that should not add any speed to your car. That thing does not create any propulsion. Garrett going to be able to clear it away from his own goal.
Leave his bubbles alone.
That's right, bubbles, my bubbles. With 2:30 on the clock, right here at halftime, still tied up. Game number 1 between Exodus and G2. We got Kronovi and Licinio both in the air, both with that dark matter boost, but blocked by Moses. He and Turtle looking to carry this one away. Got very few challenges. It's Overzero challenges. Luckily, Moses was right there, able to shoot towards the net. Can't get it through Kronovi, who's able to send it back away. Still tied up here with 2:09 left to go.
G2's got to be careful as this Exodus team really comfortable actually on those side lanes. They just push it back inside, but Lichinio is going to bring it off the crossbar.
Able to put that one in. There was a demo onto Garrett G, was definitely opened up some space for them.
Yeah, Lichinio gets that corner boost, just plays it really tough inside, trying to do a power shot. Luckily for the way those corners, they're not really corners, it just routes perfectly in. He's able to get up, take another shot. Really well placed.
2-0-3, and G2 has the lead in game number 1. As they said on the desk, this is a critical game for them to get if they want to be able to take it to Exodus. So Turtle sends that one towards the backboard, gets a bump onto over0, but it'll be Lichinio who plays that one up onto the wall, wrapping it around. Garrett plays it towards the pillars, goes back into the far lane. Now over0. Just trying to keep it away from Garrett. Plays it towards the box. And it'll be Lichinio now. Finished off by Turtle, who sends it back across the midfield line, and Moses will put it in. A nice play there to tie up the game.
Yeah, Turtle's sitting back really, really patiently, just waiting for it. Two players right next to each other need to spread out on this kind of map, and then Kronovi having to be the one that hustles back. That ball takes a good touch off that lip in favor of Exodus, and Exodus gets pretty much a free goal.
1:31 on the clock, and both teams have the opportunity to win. Turtle plays this one up to the midfield line, patiently gets it past over0, past Kronovi. Kronovi tries to get a touch, and Lichinio plays it away, but Garrett is still in position. It goes wide as Kronovi gets himself a savior medal, sending it to the side, and now they've got to get away on the defense.
Fantastic solo plays from Turtle, getting past two defenders in a dribble. Usually you're looking for just one, but freeing up that ability to bring out two defenders and then make another have to make a save. Fantastic plays by Turtle, but G2 responding well.
Moses plays it across the midfield line. Lichinio over0. Awkward positions here to make saves, but he's still able to do it and push it back across half field. Turtle plays it into the goal. Lichinio able to finish it off with the tightest of angles and give the lead back to G2.
Those rounded walls, so difficult. That pop over the top by over0, and then Lichinio's just going to play that down and across. But the way he flipped off that wall, he's jumping off the wall and then jumping again. It allows his car to rotate and get that angle inside. They're up by 1, 50 seconds left in our first match.
50 seconds for Exodus to come back and tie up the game. They have plenty of time to work with, and they've done it in less time than this before. We'll see if they can do it again as Turtle plays on the wall, gets it past 1. Can he get it past 2 again? Drops it in front of the box, but no one there to finish from his team. They're going to keep that pressure on as Garrett puts it up the wall. over0 will play it onto the post. An interesting bounce there to put it back into the middle with Lichinio. And Moses will play it across. Kronovi now. 20 seconds on the board. He tries to shoot but misses. It's Garrett who moves it up the field. Can he play it back into the box? It bounces just into the middle. Moses has to rotate from the side. Final countdown. All comes down to this. G2 might be able to take game number 1 here. They're holding on. They're consistently trapping him back in their own half. There's the dribble from Turtles. It wraps around, but Kronovi knows Lichinio on the wall, who sends it a wide. And there's over0 to put it down and drop it. Oh, it almost goes in for a buzzer beater. Not going to matter, though. G2 able to take game number 1.
Yeah, good pressure coming up from G2. The way they rotated definitely was a factor. You saw as soon as Turtle and the rest tried to push this in, they grouped up together and pushed it out. A couple mistakes, obviously, with getting too close, but didn't punish them enough. But still, shots exactly even, just able to get a little bit more on the net.
They certainly were. It was well done. A very, very even game between G2 and Exodus. It was really fun to watch there. Lichinio and Kronovi have like identical cars. They both have purple, dark, it was the black market decal, the dots matrix on the breakout with purple wheels and dark matter boost. They're confusing me when I'm watching them.
Some new synergy.
That's right. That's right.
You can't be at the house with them. So might as well be in car spirit. You know?
That's right. And maybe they're like, ooh, if we all just have the exact same car, Exodus will be like, oh, it's Kronovi. Wait, is that Kronovi? I don't know who it is. And it's too late. Now we get scored on. They're going for like the clone mentality. I don't know.
Yeah, you do what you got to do to make a win.
Something like that. It worked here. Whatever it was that they did here on Pillars was pretty impressive. We'll be moving on to Cosmic for map number 2, and that'll be another very fun map. This map has a few changes. They made the goals slightly higher. They rounded out the walls into a more kind of standard way, and a lot of the pros were very, very happy with the results. It'll be very interesting to see how these two teams play on this map.
Yeah, Gibbs mentions how defensive this map is, and we talked about it the first time we got to see it today on how and why that is. That lip that's right in front of the net, if you put too much power on it, it doesn't matter. It's going to go too high. If you don't put enough power, too easily saved. And when you see players approach that lip, the hardest thing is trying to find a way to chip it up to get past that lip or use it in a way that you can use the backboard. So it does give a lot of players on defense some time to kind of recoup as they aggress on.
And this map is going to be critical for both teams before they move into the chaos of the cube, which will be happening in games 3 and 4. They'll want to see if they can get it here where things are slightly more normal. Garrett playing that one towards the goal. Moses is in the air to try and push it back into the box. A nice drop. Didn't quite have the angle to put it into goal, but it put it back into a nice spot there. Krovi was able to play it back out to midfield. He and Lachinio now trying to just set this one up for Overzero. All three players kind of getting tangled up, and it'll be Moses in the corner who tries to push it around. Now Lachinio with a nice shot blocked away by Garrett. Here comes the pressure from Kronovi, dropping another one in. Garrett again saves it away, standing up strong on defense here for Exodus.
Very good shot placement coming in from G2, drawing out defenders back-to-back, making someone go up and make an uncharacteristic save. So what G2 needs to do on this map, apply that pressure, put shots on net, and eventually one will sneak in.
Moses gets it past two, has an opportunity to finish this one off. It'll be Garrett who does the deed, and there's first blood drawn for Exodus.
Playing that around field, you just see Moses beat over the top. Looks like Overzero went for a touch that probably shouldn't have been happening, kind of unconventional, as it would have played back inside anyway, and then just brought around. Moses doesn't get the hit he wants to because he's having to go up that ramp, just not waiting for it. But he's got Garrett on the other side. Look at that kickoff play, though.
Going
I don't know
up.
if you saw that one where there's two players that are lined up right behind each other. So the back man just boosts straight into the forward man. He goes flying at the ball.
Oh, yeah, it's a technique that's only really useful here on Cosmic because of that lip in front of the goal. It's kind of a cool way to see them play. As Kronovi sets this one in front of the goal, and Overzero will finish it off. There's a tie game.
Big push back into the side of Exodus from that midfield from Overzero. As that ball bounces down, it just see Kronovi making a fantastic touch right in front of the Exodus defender. And then Overzero is able to follow it up. Good 1-2 back and forth.
And with 3:45 left to go, it's anyone's game in game two. Let's see how they are able to move forward here. As Garrett plays it out of his own corner up towards Moses. Sends it towards the net. A nice shot that's just a bit wide. It'll be Lachinio sending it over to the side. Now he's following this one along, sets it in front of the net, but can't quite get the turn, and none of his teammates were there to finish it off. And I'll leave it back in the hands of G2. Overzero puts it up into the corner. There's a nice rotation there as Moses tries to push it out. Overzero on the wall. Nice positioning and a nice touch there by Garrett to send it away from the incoming Lachinio, who was trying to finish that one off, give the lead back over to G2. But here's Exodus now up on offense. So Moses pushes that one towards the box. Overzero picks up ball control. Gets the 50-50 with Turtle. Will go back mostly in favor of Exodus. So Moses tries to touch it, but it's going to go high. Bit back and forth. After an exciting first few minutes here, it slowed down a little bit. As you've said, Cosmic, decently defensive map here.
Yeah, originally the pressure came out, and you saw how these guys were going to adapt to it. And like you said, it's kind of settled down. They're getting used to the way that the play style is going to develop. And now it's going to be a matter of mistakes. Very rarely do we see these teams make those. But if these guys keep grouping up, G2 on the side especially, is how they group up together. They usually shadow so they can apply the pressure as a 1-2, just really quick reactionary hits. But unfortunately for them, they've been getting tanked up a little bit more than normal.
Nice touch by Garrett, sending it over into the corner. Kronovi will counter. Send it all the way back. Now Moses over to Garrett, gets it past two. If Garrett can just get the angle on this one, it's a weird tangle to play from, and Overzero able to interfere and keep it away. Two players miss in the air, and the ball's loose in the middle of the field. Garrett, Lachinio, first ones to respond. Turtle can't get the touch there, and Lachinio has an opportunity, but he's able to block it away. Can they finish? Overzero will put that one in, and there is the lead for G2.
Really risky touch here. You saw Garrett initially, before that play developed, went for 50-50, and it bounced up perfectly in the middle. Unfortunately for them, that has G2 then following up one after another. Kronovi was waiting right underneath Overzero as well in case he didn't get that touch.
30 seconds past halftime, and we're seeing G2 with the 1-goal lead. Exodus has been here before. They were here last game. Let's see what they're able to do. See if they can respond this time. Or if G2 might move up to 2 games in the series. So Overzero puts this one into the middle. Gets it past Garrett. Pinch with Moses, goes to the far side. Awaiting Turtle. Can't get it quite through Kronovi. Gets a little bit of speed onto it, and Garrett gets it past Lachinio. Now Turtle, can he get it past Overzero, the last defender? He gets it a little bit past him, but Overzero touched it enough to carry it away from the goal, not give an opportunity to the other Exodus players, and now they're back on offense.
You see a lot of Exodus retreating as that ball gets played up front. They need to be contesting that early and moving towards the ball instead of away from it. It completely allows the transition and the control coming up from G2, but because of that lip, you see Lachinio fly past the ball, and now Exodus has a chance.
Yeah, if Lachinio could have put that one in, he had an open net there. Overzero clears this one away from the goal with 1:09 left to go. Back and forth between these teams, scoring opportunities galore. As Turtle sets this one towards Garrett, but Overzero shuts it down, drops it straight down towards Turtle, who tried to get the run. Puts it up off of Kronovi. And now it's on top of the lip. They drop it towards Moses, who takes the shot, but Overzero blocks it away. It's Kronovi who will carry it up, and Overzero tries to get the counterplay. They shut it down, pushing it back. Exodus still with an opportunity to tie this one back up, but G2 looking very strong in game 2, continuing to hold them off. They get it past Overzero. It's up to Kronovi, who gets there just before Moses does and is able to play it back into the orange. Overzero picks this one up after the touch from Garrett G, misses, and now it's in the middle of the field with 30 seconds remaining. Can Exodus bring it back? Turtle pushes it across the line, getting it past Overzero. No, Overzero shuts it down, but Garrett is there and shoots towards the net. Can he finish off his own shot?
Seriously?
No, it's still just high, and Moses will finish it, though. With 15 seconds left, they tie the game.
The way Garrett played that off the lip, so he hits the ball, bounces off of Lichinio, then realizes that ball's coming back out, and then just boosts up to it to get another touch. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't get it down at an angle, but Moses following up after that hit. What a well-played situation by Garrett. Such good awareness.
They knew that they needed it right then. They've got the tie game. With 10 seconds, though, G2 could still put it away. It's Moses out to Garrett. Touch goes just a bit above his hood as Turtle tries to drop it towards the net. Garrett is there, but cleared away by Kronovi. It'll touch in the middle, and we will have overtime.
Overtime coming out on Cosmic. Looks like this team of Exodus isn't going to go for that bump strategy we were talking about, playing it a little bit more passive initially. Even in their touches here, they're slowing down the midfield. Really smart idea because the fast play style has been really working in favor of G2.
Turtle, ball control in the corner. Trying to carry this one through. First team to win, or first team to score will win the game. Goes across the midfield line, but Kronovi was there. Got it over the top of 2, and Garrett misses. This could be an opportunity for G2 as Overzero drops an angle in. 3 goals for Overzero. The hat trick coming through as he carries his team to victory in game 2.
What a good touch coming out from Overzero. Coming at such a unique angle and then using the nose of that car to push it back in with some power. Good placement and good attack coming up from G2. They're one away from taking this.
Yep, this is exactly what they needed against a team as strong as Exodus. And that last goal, man, they played so well. The way that Kronovi was able to put it over the top of Turtle and Moses, and then Garrett G doesn't quite get the touch. Overzero's like, I got an opportunity, and drops this ridiculous angle into the net to give his team the win. They are up by 2. Everyone thought Exodus would have a really good opportunity to get a nice little buffer lead here, but now they descend into the abyss. We've seen pinball already today, and that was crazy. We saw a cube, and that was crazy. Now let's just put them together. You got cubic pinball. I don't know what to expect at all.
Well, okay, so with pinball, the reason why it's so difficult is because when you hit the ball, as light as it may be, it flies everywhere. Cubic's difficult because as soon as the ball lands, it goes whatever which way. And when you mesh those two beautiful things together, you get cubic pinball, and nobody knows what the heck's going on, and this is Exodus's chance to have luck on their side, I guess.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
It's not like this one's going to be like, obviously there's some skill involved, like if you can hit it at a good angle and have it fly in, yes. But when it lands, good luck predicting it.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a battle of who can even touch the ball at all. Right. And I'm gonna be excited to see the way that they adjust. Do they hang out in the air a lot? They don't have unlimited boost in this situation, so that's not gonna work out for them. So they're gonna have to figure out what they can do because this is gonna be just about anyone's game. Even though G2's looked strong in the first 2 games, I have no idea where this is going. But it's gonna be on Urban Night Central, which is a gorgeous map. So at least one thing will look pretty, even if the gameplay doesn't. We'll see what happens.
Just send everybody.
Just
send everybody at it right now.
Go, go, go. I believe. Nope, they're going to leave someone back on defense. They're going to play a little bit smarter. Oh, look at it, just pinch off to the side. Bounce off the wall there. Moses onto the backboard. And Turtle was hoping it would bounce in a nice spot. It actually came down in kind of a favorable place, but Garrett immediately, I'm surprised Garrett got the touch on that one. It didn't just bounce away from him. He's able to get some good solid touches here and put it down, but it was interesting the way it bounced off the wall. You'd think it would bounce out in the middle, but no, it landed and it just kind of killed all of its momentum right there in front of the box.
Well, even shots like that, like it hits the ground and just the momentum dies. Like it stops completely in its tracks.
Yep, and as it can, like with those angles, it can either gain momentum. Can Lichinio send this one? Oh, what a laser beam as Lichinio puts that one in, and there's the first point on the board.
Yeah, ball cleared down well by Overzero. It just, as soon as it hit that angle, it hit that corner of the cube, so it spun towards the net, setting up perfectly for Lichinio. The ball mind-gaming some people on its own, working into the favor of both teams at one point.
Yeah, it worked out well there for G2 as they get on the board first here. See that ball just like bounced off and then dead right away. As it bounces towards the goal, just a bit wide for Exodus as Moses puts this one high. Turtle goes up to try and get it. Gets a nice touch, actually. Goes towards the box. But it'll be Kronovi who plays it away. And Lichinio watches this one in the air. He scored that first goal. Plays this one off the wall. Can Overzero get there? No. Turtle will play it out to the midfield and try to get it through 2 players. Carnovi falls back. It's over 0. Hangs up, kind of an aggressive position, hoping just to fly back upfield. It doesn't take much with the ball as light and as bouncy and as fast as it is. All the smallest touches. We've been seeing a couple games where players are defaulting to touching the ball with the bottom of their car just to try and kill some of the speed that this ball automatically has.
Yeah, for those that are unaware, using the undercarriage of your car does put a lot less power on it. So trying to kill it and just put something soft inside, even though that thing's still going to launch, doesn't seem to matter. And stuff like that, it's like, okay, that should have bounced into midfield. It's like, no, I'm just going to die here. I'm done. Like...
Oh, and Lachinio's got a breakaway. That's 2 there for Lachinio. Showing up, maybe he's the cube lord, not Rizzo.
Oh, gosh. And that pop over the top was good. It came flying back out. And Lachinio just parked the bus. He's like, I'm going to wait for you here.
Yep. Just drop right in front of me. Thank you. I appreciate it. With 3:23 left to go, it's G2 up by 2. They might end the series right here. We might not get that last round of cube.
On the ground. What?
It's just sitting there. And now Moses. They just touch it and just wait. And then Carnovi playing one towards the goal. The bounces are working well in favor of G2 right now. But Exodus is feeling a little bit frustrated there. Some of the RNG does not seem to be going in their favor. That one bouncing very high off the wall. Lachinio going to play it off the ceiling, down towards Moses, who has an opportunity to shoot towards the goal, but over 0 will block it away. Garrett plays it off the backboard, and the craziest of pinches will wrap it all the way around to Lachinio, who's now back up on offense.
Yeah, you see these guys just trying to attack it, and part of the attack point is they don't want that weirdness to happen. So you're going to see them approach the ball as quickly as possible, just like in everything else, but it's with a little bit less, I guess, strategy. They're just like, just hit it at the net. That's all we want.
Oh, Garrett able to get it around the back and get Exodus on the board here. That's only a 1-goal game.
Just like we're talking about, as soon as that ball gets anywhere close, Moses and the rest follow suit one after another, and then that ball settling in front after it gets saved. Garrett's going to take a shot. They're in 1.
Now, that was actually a pretty normal play there, other than the way it bounced. It was well done by Garrett, able to get that point on the board there. And right here at halftime, they have the opportunity to come back into this, take their first game of the series, and force us to play some Super Cubic. Should be fun to watch as Lachinio sends that one above the board. And as Carnovi will drop it just dead in the middle of the field as Garrett tries to shoot, but the pinch will send it back out to Carnovi, shooting towards the net. Gets it over the random bounce, puts it over the top of Moses, but Turtle is able to get there, keep that goal from going in, and now Moses going to try and dribble this one. I still would like to see if someone can dribble the cube. With how bouncy it is, though, I don't know if it's even possible.
I don't think, with it being pinball as well, there's no way, because if even the most subtle touch, even if it's perfect, it's still going to cause that thing to do something weird, and then if it lands on your car in just the most awkward way, that thing's going to keep flying. Like if it happens, like, I'm going to lose my mind, but I don't think it's possible.
Can you imagine a flick? You'd like flick it and just hit the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
Lachinio tries to drop this one in. Turtle putting it back out to midfield with 1:40 left to go. Here's a nice opportunity as he tries to cross it. Garrett taking the shot, gets the angle, and it's a tie game.
Cube, what are you doing? As soon as this pass goes outside, I'm like, there's no way. Turtle hit that way too hard. And then with the way it lands, it just spins perfectly to slow down the momentum for Garrett so he can play it back inside. Great pass play coming out. Cube getting the MVP in that one.
I am so impressed to see an actual legitimate passing play coming out here in Cubic Pinball. These pros showing just how good they are, able to adjust to the wildest of circumstances. And that pinch just going ridiculous in a random direction. Can Lachinio play this one around? He's done it twice already. Plays it high. Carnovi coming in to try and get the angle. It drops and it plays it over 0. Might be able to do something with it, but no. Garrett will play it away. And now Moses trying to push out onto offense. Oh no, can Carnovi mess with Turtle enough? It drops right and just dead in front of the ball. And Lachinio puts it through Garrett, getting himself a hat trick. My goodness.
I thought Carnovi screwed that up. So over 0 actually tries to get a dribble. He takes a couple touches, gets about 3, and plays it in. Carnovi hits it straight down. It settles then for Lachinio.
What?
The
way it just stops. I'm just sitting right here. You can hit me now. And Lachinio just puts it in. He's gotten all the goals so far. Last game it was over 0. This game it's Lachinio. The way that G2 is stepping up right now with 1 minute remaining, they might get a 3-0. This would be their second 3-0 of the day. G2 showing that they are the midseason Mayhem masters at the moment. Exodus going to try and end that one. They don't want this to happen. They want to be able to continue on and play in those finals. See what they do here as Lachinio plays it towards the net. Garrett G plays it up. With 41 seconds remaining. Turtle into the corner. Gets the bounce around over 0. And Lachinio will be able to push it away from the goal, but Garrett's still threatening. Drops another one towards the goal. Can Moses get the angle? I mean, at this point, anything can happen. With 22 seconds on the clocks. Kronovi's in the air for this one. Plays it into the corner. Might be able to extend the lead here, but Garrett will play it around. 15 seconds on the clock. Moses into the corner. Over 0. Shuts it down. Lichinio going for a Spider-Man clear on the wall. You know, why not? Let's try it. Almost bounces over his own car there in an oblong angle. But Moses in the air. Can they push it? They got to get a full court carry, which is hard enough to do in normal Rocket League, but no one in the corner. It will touch the ground, and G2 gets their second sweep of the day.
I think someone needs to take that wizard hat away from.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He was very, very wrong. Very wrong. He thought they would only get one game, and it would just be because of the random RNG. Here, they shut down Exodus so hard.
Yeah, Lichinio coming in with a hat trick. You saw both team members, I guess. Everybody was generally involved, but Lichinio really had a breakout game. A lot of that was due to him being patient. Like, he just sat at the top of the field and was like, all right, the cube will come to me eventually, right?
If it just sits here, I can hit it that way, and it'll maybe go in. Like, it just reduces Rocket League to, like, it's just basic kind of concepts of ball towards goal, you know, or cube towards goal in this situation. But my goodness, what a crazy match here. G2 making the run of the ages. They are into the grand finals, and we are going to see who they play next. But right now, it's back over to Axel Toss and the boys to break this one down. Guys, back to you.
G2 Esports is in the grand finals. We've heard that before. There's something about bracket play where it seems like they just do good things. Of course, midseason Mayhem, Axel Toss, Gibbs, Carpet. Let's take another look at that one in the form of the Mobile One high performance replay.
One thing I really liked here is the first series was all Kronovi, but each game it was a different player on the team. Like Lichinio here had 2 goals off the walls to really solidify this win here. Like that goal was just ridiculous from Lichinio.
They'll let the raw skill come out. I mean, we know the G2s are just incredibly talented individuals, and you saw a lot of their just raw skill come out in these first 2 games.
And game 2 was all over 0. Look at this goal in overtime. Nasty angle, but it was a lot of passing too, like right in front of the net. And then, of course, we get the cube. And bad bounces are going to happen. It's just how you manage those bad bounces, and just didn't really work out for Exodus throughout the series.
I'm sure every bounce with the cube is probably a bad bounce. It's almost.
That's true.
It is literally impossible to predict what's going to happen, which is what makes it exciting and also horrible at the same time.
Yeah, the only benefit is when it's a smaller cube, at least the bad bounces are smaller.
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's a little bit better than the normal size cube, I think. But hats off to G2. I think they have to go into weeks 3, week 4, pretending like it's a bracket, like as you said, because they really show up for brackets.
They do. Something more exciting about it. Of course, there's a lot of money on the line here. $10,000 is the prize pool, $4,000 for first place. That G2 might see that and be like, oh, okay, we can handle that. But we are down to 3 teams left in the mid-season Mayhem for North America. Let's take a look at the bracket to see how that unfolded. G2 Esports with 2 sweeps over Deception and Exodus again. These seeds were all randomized by James Bond. He picked those names out of a hat, or a topper, I should say. Take 3 in Genesis is going to be our second semifinal. The winner of that can advance on to play G2 Esports Take 3 with a 3-2 over Vindicator GG. Genesis 3-2 over Revival. So not necessarily as convincing as G2 Esports, which should make for a pretty delightful matchup.
Yeah, a lot of 5-game series, except for G2's like, nah, like, we have places to beat today. Too bad for them they had to play the first game and now the very last game.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of waiting around, but it didn't seem to be slowing them down. I was impressed. Clearly, me and Gibbs ate our words. I expected Exodus to come much more on top in that series. But I'm glad. I'm glad to see G2 kind of waking up. They're a team that when the season first started, we kind of expected them to be on the higher, and they have been struggling. But hopefully this is their wake-up call.
All right, a couple matches to go. The next semifinal is going to be on stream, and it's going to be Genesis versus Take 3. It's time for you to go to the chat. There's a straw poll there that's waiting for you. You need to go vote and decide what arenas are going to be played for this next match, and of course the mutator settings that will be considered. Cough, fisticuffs. Cough, fisticuff.
Fisticuffs.
Oh, I just have a cough.
All right, we're going to take a break. Go vote in that straw poll in the chat, and we'll be back with the Rocket League Championship Series Mid-Season Mayhem. Next semifinal coming up.